Hey everybody, Marcel IrnieracingNews, March 9th, 2023. Maxime Bernier made a video and posted on Twitter in reply to Pierre Poilievre's recent accusations or deflection of the issue, trying to put it towards Maxime. As you remember, Maxime called out Pierre for being a lefty conservative with no real conservative values, being scared of the left, which brings him to the left, specifically the issue with following the mainstream media, the narrative that anybody who speaks out against the regime is racist, vile, etc. And then Pierre started to do that own tactic. He positioned himself with the left regarding Christine Anderson. And now, let's check out Pierre's video right now.
Pierre Poilievre must be getting desperate. Watch him attacking me in this clip.
The same way I denounced Maxime Bernier for attending the World Economic Forum. I think Maxime really has to come clean on why he attended the World Economic Forum, why he was involved in that, why he proposed free trade with communist China, why he said that he admires the freedoms that exist in communist China, and I would denounce him for making those comments as well.
So Maxime has, over the last few years, he addressed the issue about when he attended the WEF, when he was working for the Conservatives as the Foreign Minister of Affairs. And he was directed by Stephen Harper to go there to meet with other foreign ministers. Just like Sergei Lavrov from Russia. If you remember, that's what got my channel terminated, Ernie Racing Reports, when I reported from the Diplomacy Forum where Sergei answered questions from reporters and they don't want the Russian narrative on for anybody to know about here in the West. And then they attacked my channel saying hate speech from a foreign minister of affairs answering questions at the Diplomacy Forum. How ridiculous. So first, let's watch Maxime a couple years ago responding to why he was at the WEF.
Yes, I was there, but when I was there in 2008, at that time I was Foreign Affairs Minister, and my only goal and only job when I was there was to meet other foreign affairs ministers to have a discussion about Canada and our role in Afghanistan. I did not participate in the debate and the presentation that they had at the World Economic Forum. I did my meeting, and after that I left, and that was my job. So I don't share the point of view of the World Economic Forum. I'm not a globalist, and I won't go there in the future, and that's why I'm not a globalist, and I believe in Canadian sovereignty. They want to influence me. They want to influence the PPC. They want to influence our policies. We are not working with them or working for them. We are working for Canadians.
Okay, and so there is a direct answer to a direct question versus the typical Trudeau and Freeland, when did you learn about Chinese interference in our election? When did CSIS tell you? Oh, we have a robust system of protection measures, blah, 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 and they never answered the question. So they're, direct. And I believe him. And 2008, he was there. He was working for the Conservatives, and he went there. And nothing Max has done that gives us any indication. He's not given us any indication that he is lying to us. There's been no hardball. There's been nothing. So he has a good history. Now let's continue on with Maxime's reply now.
Pierre accuses me of attending the World Economic Forum. I have explained this multiple times. The videos are out there. Is Pierre Poilievre seriously trying to imply that I'm a globalist for a trip to Davos I did 15 years ago while serving his corrupt party? Really? How about you come clean about the globalist policies you are promoting right now? Pierre needs to explain why he promotes globalist policies like unrestricted mass immigration and why he supports the Paris Climate Accord. Both of these policies are crucial pieces of the United Nations globalist agenda. He may not have been to the WEF, but he pushes the exact same anti-Canadian policies. As for my past comments on free trade with China, that was something I said in 2016 during my conservative leadership campaign. I discarded that policy long ago. Since I founded the PPC, we have always taken a hardline stance against China. Pierre is too scared of being labeled a racist to offer any real opposition. He won't even say the words Chinese Communist Party.
And that is so hilarious that he brings up that point now, because I noticed that it was like a week or two ago when they were going on the Chinese election interference, and in his statement, all of a sudden Pierre just turned to the left and he started to call it the Beijing Communist Party, and Beijing's doing this and Beijing's doing that. He would not say Chinese or China. And this is right after Trudeau started to call people racist, right? So then all of a sudden he's like, oh, I don't want to get called racist by Trudeau. You know, typically the people that call people racist are the ones that think they're a superior being and they're above everybody else and they have advances over everybody else, which is actually the definition, I believe. So anyways, that's a funny point. Let's continue.
Maybe if Pierre Poilievre, Justin Trudeau, and the rest of the political establishment were not so focused on fighting unnecessary foreign wars in Ukraine, they could take real threats like Communist China more seriously. Pierre, if you want to know my ideas, you can easily find them on our website, peoplespartyofcanada.ca/platform. Unlike the Conservative Party, we are not afraid to show off our policies. I'm
not even sure what this is. It's credit Poilievre. This was part of Maxime's video edit from his team. And so I was thinking I'm going to do a series going over the People's Party of Canada, the PPC, their website, and we'll go over their policies, you know, immigration, the pipeline, you know, economy, spending, whatever their categories are, because we all know most of you guys aren't taking the time to go to the website and read the policies. And I feel like the pipeline one is a huge topic to talk about, because all the pipelines, you know, to go to the US and create jobs and tons of money using Canada's natural resources has been shut down by Trudeau and the Liberals, completely shut down. And, you know, it's so funny. Let's buy all this unfiltered fuel from, you know, from Saudi Arabia and these countries that don't have very good controls and measures to pull out these natural resources. You could call it much more dirty fuel than we would have with our own technology and advancements and control measures and policies here in Canada to get our own natural mineral resources. Absolutely hypocritical. Totally the opposite of what their stated goal is about the environment. It's, you know, again, Canada is 1.5% of the pollution of the world, and they're gonna we're gonna ruin our country to help the world. Yet and then you have 40 or plus % of the pollution comes from China alone. And you think China gives a shit about environmental policies? No, they're about funding themselves and holding off this war against the USA and maintaining Taiwan, etc. So we'll finish the little video here of Poilievre dancing or whatever he's singing. It must be a Chinese song, because I see like the Chinese symbols in the background. So again, it's March 9th. I took a little break from the news yesterday. I went dirt biking. Got another strike on my channel, you know, for misinformation, election misinformation. This policy that YouTube just snuck in there, and I haven't seen it, and I was kind of like blown away by it, and it's just got really frustrated. And so I'm gonna be, and that's why I'm uploading a whole bunch of motorcycle videos and side-by-side videos. Because it's what I enjoy, but also to flood the channel so they don't give me another strike saying I'm just doing politics, etc., and giving me a hard time, you know, trying to flow in a mixture, as you could say, and hopefully get the channel unshadow banned, which is my main goal. If I just flood it with stuff that they don't care about, motorcycle stuff, the government does, they only care about, you know, beyond a single track, you could say. Also, March 29th is my court date coming up with Constable Conrad Herbs. March 29th, 2:30, room 350 in the Kelowna courthouse. And I would invite, if you guys want to come down and sit and see me in action in front of the judge, I'll probably be waiting there and for an hour before I even get to it. And then the judge will probably say, oh, it's 3 o'clock, you know, there's not enough time, let's reschedule again, because I had a court date on December 14th. My court time was 1:30 p.m. and then by the time 2:33 rolled in, there only had one person doing a court case in front of me, you know, for traffic violations. The guy was drifting his car through an intersection, and there was a lawyer representing him there. But just, they booked like 3 or 4 people for the same time slot, expecting, you know, maybe 1 or 2 will actually show up. And then the judge went just, oh, we're out of time, and rescheduled it. And I was just like, what? And I didn't have the knowledge about what to say to the judge at the time, but now I do. And so we're not going to have it just rescheduled. I'm going to get my point across about what exactly Conrad Herbs has done, but more specifically what he did at the courtroom on December 14th. He threatened a witness right before court, and I have proof because he gave me a threatening letter right outside the courtroom when he asked me how I was going to plea. And I said, you know, right outside the courtroom, 5 minutes before court, I'm like, not guilty. You know, and then see what he's going to, like, if he's going to make me an offer of a deal or something. And that's when he threatened me with 2 more additional tickets and a letter of cease and desist, threatening $1,000 he wants from me per day until I remove all the videos from the internet that contain him. Yeah, so he was really trying to throw me off, and I should have just brought it right to the judge before he, like, rescheduled it. But yeah, so this is one of the things I'm dealing with, and I'm gonna start editing the documentary of my whole process, making a complaint, and going through trying to contact the police station, kind of contact, you know, Corporal Hall and Kara, the supervisor, the superintendent of the, you know, the boss of the Kelowna RCMP, and Staff Sergeant Abel, who is the direct boss of Conrad Herbs. And how difficult it is to get anybody to listen, to get a process of a complaint through. They ignore your complaint. And then I had to go to the Civilian Review and Complaint Commission and file my complaint with that. And finally, I got a reply back from the Civilian Review, the CRCC, and they have now officially accepted my complaint and forwarded on to the RCMP to investigate themselves. And they have 45 days to contact me within that complaint. It's been 2 weeks now, or more, about maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and of course my court date on March 29th will still be within that 45 days, so I probably won't hear a reply until after this court date on March 29th at 2:30 p.m. room 350. And so I've documented all the process. It's just really, they kill you with the process, right? They make you do so much work, and I am prepared for court, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the civilian. And so if the RCMP investigate themselves and then I don't like their findings, then I can ask the Civilian Review to do their own independent investigation. So a second investigation. And so there is a process even if they don't reply and don't do anything about Conrad Herbs or don't follow up appropriately. So stay tuned for the whole documentary of the process, guys. Marcel Irnie Racing. Oh yeah, let's finish off the last little dance. Strange. I don't know what's going on there, but something. Anyways, guys, let me know any questions, and if you would like to attend the court as well, let me know in the comments. Maybe, you know, if we had 5, 10 people just sitting, I would say there's around 5, 10, 15, maybe 15 chairs available in the back of the courtroom. So it might be cool to have some people to be witness.